original schedules are. Because when I started doing this, it was like 50 minutes long, and now there's some titles that are just, some topics that are just very, very short, and there's really not much to say about them. And I really have been trying to not, I've been really trying hard not to spoil anything by actually theorizing things. I don't want to do that. The one thing I want to do is I want to keep you guys, those who want to be surprised, I want them to be surprised. And I am one of them. I am one of them. I'm not the person that likes, I'm not the type of person that likes to be spoiled about especially something like this. And I get it. I really do get it. So yeah, this might not actually be a very long and drenched out episode, but it's definitely gonna be something. It's definitely gonna be a milestone of my channel to talk about, because this is a very interesting topic, because we haven't had a trailer in a while. We haven't had a really good trailer. We haven't had really anything solid in months, and we finally have gotten a new trailer, and this one is different. This one's very, very different, because the other trailer, that was kind of the release date trailer, even though that really wasn't the release date trailer, since they kind of they later delayed the game into May, and now it's even delayed because of the pandemic to June. Forgive me, June. I'm liking your coverage lately. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, man. You've been here for a long time, man. Really long time. I believe that you've been here since like the beginning. It was like a year ago. That's crazy. It was like a year ago. But thank you for the compliment. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, this trailer, it wasn't as good as this one, because once again, it was a release date trailer. It wasn't something that you would it's not something that you get a lot of story wise. It's just to show you the game. That's it. Yeah. You're truly a supporter in this entire thing, man. You really are. But yes, the release date, the release date trailer, it was just to show you the game. It wasn't necessarily about story. It was just to show you what the game was going to look like. And we already have that. We already know how the game looks. But this trailer that we got, man, I can't. Yeah, like last Wednesday, man. I can't believe I keep forgetting the time. It's been hectic. Give me a break. It's been a pretty hectic few months. Okay, so forgive me. But yeah, I think it was like last Wednesday. I knew it was on the 6th. But it's different. It's extremely different, and I am going to go into the trailer, don't get me wrong, but I want to share my thoughts on some of the things that I thought about when actually researching the trailer. And the one thing that I wanted to talk about was how different this trailer is, and how monumental this trailer is compared to all the other trailers we've received in the past. If I ever... No, I'm okay, buddy. I'm okay. I'm good in this seat right here. But who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? But I do have this one thing about this trailer that really hits home, is just the story of it. It's showing some story. Thankfully, and finally, we are getting something good, something solid, something... We're no longer getting the side dishes. We're getting the main dish. We're getting into the meat. That's what we're getting into. We're getting into the story of The Last of Us Part 2. Now the thing about Naughty Dog is that they have this gift, really, to show off a story trailer without spoiling anything. That's exactly what they did in this trailer. They did things in there that revealed certain things, but they didn't give away the main plot. And this is the reason why I don't have. This is the reason why I don't have comment sections, because I don't want anything spoiled for you guys or for me. I'm just looking out for both of us. And so the trailer that we have, it's so based on the story. It's so story based, and it reveals things to you, but it doesn't actually reveal anything to you. It reveals some types of atmosphere, like elements of the atmosphere, just because some of the things that Joel says and some of the things that Ellie says, some of the things that actually go on in the trailer, in the story trailer, they're very, very interesting, because I want to talk about them, because they're very, very important, and I believe that there are things that have happened in this trailer that have kind of debunked some of the things, that some of the theories we've had in the past. Because there are things that happen in it. But we also have to, when we go into this trailer, we also have to be very careful that we understand Naughty Dog. They like to mix the scenes together. They did that in the release trailer. The release date trailer. They did that. They mashed a certain events and scenes in it that made it look like this is how it actually is going to happen. And we can't ever do that. I mean, it does that in movies and TV shows. It's not some foreign, rare, and some new thing that Naughty Dog just started doing. No, it's something that has happened many times in entertainment. And so yes, the first thing that I wanted just to state here is just the monumental place that we're in right now. We're in a great monumental place right now because this is our first story trailer. This is something that it means something. I'll answer your question, man. Let me just get done with this, okay? Or I'll answer your comment in just a minute. Just give me a second, man. This is a huge monumental thing, and I saw one YouTuber that I follow, and because he's passionate about The Last of Us Part 2, and he's always on its heels when something new comes out. And I respect the man because he is dealing with a lot of disrespect and dishonor from a lot of people who are just simply just not nice people. And I respect him. I really, really do. And during the story trailer, he got kind of emotional when he watched it, because this is about, we can't believe we're like 40 days away from this thing coming out. It's been like, it feels like, it just seems like it was never going to happen. It was just like this, it was like a prophecy, you know? It was like something that was always told that was going to happen, but you never ever thought it was going to happen. And this is exactly what is happening with him, and it's happened with me. I almost cried, man. I was literally on the verge of tears when I was about to see this happen, because I see that like my mind is finally grasping, this is coming out. This game is coming out. Like, and there's no stopping it. It is going to come out. And what I mean by there's no stopping, I mean there's a time. I mean the context of time. That it's going to come out when June gets here. When June 19th gets here, it comes out. And I actually have to buy the game. I haven't bought the game yet. And the reason is because I don't want to get a refund, you know? But but anyways, but yeah, for anyone, this is an emotional time. And he cried in it. I mean, he really did. He cried. I mean, like, and like I said, I was on the verge. I didn't cry. Like, you know, I didn't cry really hard. It just, I really almost did. But he did. And he cried about it because this is something that he was really been wanting for a long time, and me too. And that's something, and that's kind of what passion really is all about when you about a game. Is that even though there are leaks, there are people that hate you for it and all this other kind of stuff, you get up every morning and you literally love this game. You pour your heart into it like I do, and you love this game. You love it. And when something comes out, you cry about it because this thing is actually coming. You know, so I would say... So yeah, I just wanted to state that because I just wanted to state that. because once again, there are people out there that are emotional for this game. They want this game, and they're like myself. They're we're very angsty to get our hands on the game. So I just want to say this is a very monumental point for us as a community, as true Last of Us fans who have been waiting for this game for years. I mean, I was one of the people that was, when the Last of Us Part 2, or Last of Us Part 2, Last of Us Part 1 ended, I was one of those people that said it doesn't need a Part 2. Because I didn't see it necessary, because there was nothing else to really go on, you know? There really wasn't anything else to go on. I mean, it wasn't like there was some new enemy that had to be fought or some new goal that was set. It just, that was it. It was point A to point B. That's it. What changed my mind about it, and don't worry, Ruben, I see my entire feed laced with all your comments. Trust me, I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna get done here when I get done with this point, and after I get done with the answer the comments, we'll get into the analysis of the trailer. But what changed my mind about the Last of Us Part needing another story was when I really started playing the game again, and I started studying the characters. I started studying Ellie and Joel, and I started studying them. I really just wanted to see, and also her being older and everything. You know, her mom, for example. You know, and not to mention they didn't really experiment much with the infected. And I saw it, and I saw that they didn't really put much in the infected. There wasn't much story behind Joel's character. There wasn't much behind Ellie's character much. You know, even though they gave us a little bit, but they didn't give us. There was a lot of mysteriousness and suspense surrounding both of the characters, and that's where kind of I need more of. I need more. I can't be satisfied with just this. I need more of the characters. There's too many things that are hidden. There's too many things that are missed. They're like, it's like looking at a puzzle, and there's like many pieces missing. The picture isn't complete. You need the picture to be complete, and I want the picture to be complete with this. So that's when I realized that we need a part 2. We need another part, another like volume 2, part 2, or something like that. But yeah, let me let me answer some of the questions here, because there are some up here. Curious about your reaction to the backlash from fans in my yeah. I've already given my thoughts on it, though. I never stated it really. Like I never put it in like a title of a video or anything. I thought about doing a standalone video for it, because the backlash was so crazy that I can't believe that many people react this badly to it. I mean, it's not like Naughty Dog didn't really, you know, told us beforehand that this is what it's going to be like, because Troy Baker, Troy Baker told us that the game will be very divisive and to have an open mind, because there are going to be things in the game that people are just not going to agree with. And I think, once again, I've already told you guys this, that if you're going to judge someone, and I mean by judge, I don't mean in a way where it's looking from right and wrong. I'm not talking about that. The type of judgment I'm talking about is hateful and very and a type of closed-minded. Because like I'm a Christian. I have a narrow mind. Okay, I believe there's truth and then everything else is false. I have that point of view. That's my view. So me saying I'm closed-minded and talking about closed-minded would sound kind of hypocritical. But the type of judgment I'm talking about is the hateful. That's where it gets bad, because condemnation should never ever come from anyone. And especially should not come from Christians, nor myself. So I'm not going to condemn anyone for having any certain beliefs, politically or religiously. And there obviously is political themes in The Last of Us Part 2 that really ignited a division amongst the fans. And obviously, obviously, it's very wrong to do this. Once again, I'm a Christian. I do not agree with the things they may put in The Last of Us Part 2. I may even lovingly oppose some of the things they put out there because of my faith. But I will never go so far into my judgment to be so angry and hateful and condemning. And that's the kind of thing that I want to miss. I want to miss that type of stuff. I want to bob and weave those things. I don't want to be around those things. I don't want to be around people that are like that. So I would say this. My reaction to these people that are having this backlash, let me tell you right now, it is because people don't like other people. Let me re-emphasize that with more clarity. People don't like people with a different view than they, especially if it opposes something. They don't like it. They don't like it because it's not like them. I mean, it's pretty hard-hitted, but it's kind of the truth. You kind of see that everywhere you go. If you don't agree with something and it directly opposes what someone believes in, it's automatically to hate and anger and division. That's it. And that's not something we want to go towards. I choose to not go toward those types of themes. Condemnation and hate and anger. I do not like any of those. All three of them into one bowl is a combustible chemical, and it is going to blow up. Okay, it's going to blow up. It's just a matter of time. So we really have to be careful when we do this. And my reaction to these people is one thing: it's completely just, one, it's wrong. Two, it's very immature. And three, I understand their emotional, I'm not going to say anger, but their emotional, this feeling of like someone's opposing them, that someone's against them, that someone is putting this in there because they feel like they're personally and directly attacking them. You know, that happens. That's a feeling of believing in something that opposes what you believe in. Doesn't agree with it. It's another level. It's opposing it. It's completely against it. And once again, I'm opposing to some of the other things here, and I'm pretty sure Naughty Dog is going to have things in that game where it's going to oppose me. But you're not ever going to see me get to the point of where I believe my faith, where I'm going to be like, you know what, I'm going to be hateful. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to condemn people. I'm going to try to ruin it for everyone else because I just hate these people. No. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not what I'm doing. It's not what I've been called to do. It's not what I've been told to do. So what's my reaction to this, Mr. Robin, is this. My reaction is, one, it's just, I really didn't believe how divisive it would be. I knew it would be divisive, but I never knew it would be like this. I never knew it was going to be so hot and intense. But I think it's just immature. I think it's having this kind of paranoia that he's doing this because, he wants to attack a certain people or a certain group when you really don't know his own heart. You know? So I can't. The only thing I could say right now is that we can't be like that. We can't be hateful and condemning. We can't be that way. We have to have some level of measure of respect and love and kindness and gentleness and warm-heartedness. And many people say, well, that's kind of lame. Well, it's kind of lame and even sad that we can't do that. And so we need to be like this because it's not going to do anything. It's not building anyone up. It's not going to help anyone. It's just gonna satisfy your ego. That's all it's going to do. Which doesn't benefit you nor anyone else. So I definitely that's just my thoughts. That was my reaction to the backlash that they got, and I just think it's kind of immature and stupid that we got so angry because someone else believes in something that actually opposes us or opposes certain people, and that they don't like it. And I think that's kind of just a weird thing. That's kind of the greatest point of America. I don't know how long it's going to stay that way, but one of the greatest things about America is that how you can have the freedom to believe in whatever you want. That's the greatest freedom about America. You can literally believe and say whatever you want. And you can defend it in however you want. There are certain countries where if you have a certain view, you're killed. You're slaughtered. You're executed. You know, that was the kind of thing that you had back then. Or not back then, sorry, but in other countries. So it's just, you know, it's, yeah. So I would say right now that my reaction was just, wow. That, you know. And once again, I've always wanted to make a standalone video for it. It's, you know, I've already stated it so many times in my podcast that I just thought it would be kind of not necessary to do so. Yeah, I am talking about that Tajik guy. Yeah, that guy. I check him out a lot. He's pretty much like the only guy I really listen to. Because there are, like I said, there are many unreliable sources like this, and he's been the one that really has been the kind of guy that has told me not to take it with a grain of salt. He was the kind of guy that he got like the best news coverage. Like he got it like that. You know, it was fast. It was really fast, and I've always expected it and anticipated his videos when something like this would come out. And he helps me with my research. I watch his videos so that he can help me with my research. So yeah, he's I was the guy I was talking about. Oh, you got a little teary-eyed with Uncharted 4, and I'm trying to remember what I don't know what DS stands for. There's a bunch of games that maybe stand for that. If you don't mind, you can tell me what that abbreviation means. But yeah, this is weird. I thought there was. Okay. Okay. Well, so now let's get into the analysis of the video. I'm not gonna go over every single detail. If you want to see that, I'll put a video in the description down below when I get done with this live stream and I edit and everything, the description and everything, and even the thumbnail. When I get to that, I'm gonna put a video to it. I'm gonna put Taj's video down. He goes into really detail. It's like 30 minutes long, you know, which this one is probably gonna be longer than that since there's no editing to it. So yeah, I'm gonna post a video down there below. Go check it out when this live stream's done. Go check it out if you want to see a detailed look at everything. But I am going to be going over some of the most major key points of the trailer, then just give you my thoughts on them. Going to give you my unfiltered thoughts on them, and see where we go from there. I have both my phones right here. I have two phones. I have my new phone and my old phone. My old phone is used for obviously my channel right here. My new phone is used for like watching videos on this while I'm doing the live stream, and but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to watch the video because I have to keep an eye on my comment section because my old phone is charging. So I literally just wrote down some of the stuff that really just kind of stuck with me. I got some statements from some of the characters or some unknown voices. So we're going to go over some of the things, the major identifying things you may see in the trailer, you know, just you remember it right at the top of your head after watching it. So the first thing that goes on in the trailer is Joel's talking in audio. And he says, end quote, "I know you wish things were different." Now, there are two nouns going on in that one statement. There's the word I and you. The I obviously is talking to himself, and you is talking to Ellie. He wishes. They both wish. Actually, in his second sentence, he says, "I wish things were different, but they ain't." So both him and Ellie agree on that. They do not. They wish that things were different. And now I don't necessarily know what he's really talking about. He could be talking about the attack on... sorry, I don't want to... No, sorry. Sorry. I don't know if it's talking about what happened to her. You know, maybe Tommy's little Jackson got attacked, you know. Maybe Jackson got attacked, or maybe something happened to Ellie, or something happened to her friend, or you know, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. And we'll get into that. I'm going to tell you, when I said attacked, it's because I got ahead of myself with one of the points I have. So hold on. All right. So hang on. Maybe that's what Joel's talking about. Maybe he's talking about that. Maybe he wishes that didn't happen, and he wishing whoever got hurt or even died. Maybe that's it. You know. Maybe he's talking about the Fireflies. You know, their last goal in the previous game. Maybe, you know, maybe Joel told her. Maybe not. I don't know. I simply don't know. I don't know. But yeah. I do believe this, because the next thing that happens next is really what really made me think about this attack on Jackson, and that is a fire. Many people have speculated this might be, you know, geez, I don't know about another place, not Jackson, but I believe it may be Jackson, because I've been thinking of all the things of why would Ellie go out on this rampage, you know? Because the way that the Last of Us trailers have been going is very weird. In the first few trailers, we didn't get anything on Joel. We didn't get nothing until like September. Okay, that's the first time we saw Joel. But in this trailer, we don't see Dina at all. She doesn't even exist. She's just not there. The only people you really see is Joel, Ellie, and then Tommy. That's it. And you see some other characters like Jesse and, you know, and some of the enemies that you see in there. That's it. You don't see Dina anywhere. You don't see, like, small characters that really impact the main characters. It's very weird. And so it kind of tells me that, one, Joel is not dead. He didn't die. He's not the person that set her off the rails. It wasn't Dina, because Dina, as Neil Druckmann has said, Dina is a very big part of Ellie's story. So, what is it then? If it isn't Joel and if it isn't Ellie, then what is it? It could simply be this. That these guys, the wolves, I forgot their name, they had like some initials, but the wolves, I'm going to call them that, attacked Jackson. And they killed a lot of people. Because in the trailer, it wasn't just Ellie who was hurt. But it was also Tommy. He had a couple bruises on his face. And the only reason I say that, because it's not in my notes, because I can remember it. I can remember some of the things in there. Now, I'm not saying that Dina doesn't die. I don't believe Joel's going to die. Not yet, at least. I don't believe he's going to die in that time where the trailer was shot. Because there were things in there where Joel and Ellie were in the same room after the attack. After somehow she looked terrible. I mean, like she had bruises on her face, but she also looked like she was crying. And so, what can make her cry like that? You know, what made her cry like that? We don't know. It could be Dina could die in that entire thing. Maybe she does die. I don't know. I simply do not know. But it was something. I believe there was something about an attack that happened, and I think that when that happened, I think she kind of went crazy, and she has this, because she says to Tommy, are they supposed to get away with this? So you could see that sense of, you know what, this isn't fair. We deserve justice. This is injustice. So you kind of see the kind of theme that Naughty Dog has put when they say, like, it's all about justice. What you would do to get something right. And obviously, in her mind, it's justice, but what she's really doing is revenge. And revenge and justice aren't necessarily the same thing. Revenge is really emotional and personal, and it's also to satisfy my anger and rage. But justice is the opposite. Justice is, or not, I'm gonna say the opposite, but it's not emotional. It's just, straight to the point, judgment. That's it. Do this. You have to be brought before court and everything. That's how it goes. Justice. Because judge, jury, and executioner should never be in the hands of one person, especially if that has some type of personal connection or intimate, or not necessarily intimate, but personal and close connection to the criminal who's being charged and convicted. So I would say this, that she feels very angry, so much where she feels like injustice has come and she wants to get justice. Once again, it's in her mind, but it's not really. It's revenge. It's vengeance. And so I think in that room when Tommy and Ellie were talking, I think that when they were talking, it was something that was so beautifully crafted in such a way that she feels like no one is going to do anything about it, and she's like, I need to do this. Now, once again, I've already stated this, that Joel's in the room after the event happened, supposedly. Theoretically, let's say that, theoretically. That he's in the room after that. That means Joel isn't dead. Joel doesn't die, at least at this moment, when the attack happened. That kind of tells us that it's not Joel that sets her off the rails. But once again, I think it's very crazy to not put Dina in there. Like, Dina is nowhere. If out of everybody, I mean, guys, think about this. Out of everyone, out of every person after that attack, don't you think it would be her girlfriend to kind of help her through this? Where is she at? You don't see her at all in the trailer. Not anywhere. I think that's kind of strange. And it doesn't really show you until after. The trailer takes place really after the attack. Most of it. And it's on her quest for revenge, and then you kind of interact with some of the new characters that are there, like the bad guys, So, forgive me about that. I dropped something. But so yeah, it's just very strange that Dina's not in the trailer at all. And if you just look at the face of her when all that happened, she looks like she was beaten up, but she was crying. She was crying really profusely. And why would Ellie cry so badly? And just her not being, just Dina's absence from her going through the thing that she did. Where is she? Or maybe she thinks she's dead. I don't know. Heck, I don't know. It's very hard. It's very difficult to. It's really hard to say. It's really difficult to say. So, we kind of have that down now. That my theory here is this: in the first few minutes, is that Dina may die, and because Dina may die, or maybe supposedly died in Ellie's mind, she gets crazy and she wants vengeance. She wants justice in her mind, and so she goes after them. And once again, I didn't get everything here. I didn't get every single thing, so we're just going to jump through them. The next thing that really happened was Tommy told Ellie that if you leave here, you're going to be vulnerable. Not only be vulnerable, but these guys here are military guys. These guys know what they're doing. They're smart. They have weapons. They have explosives. They have really good equipment. You're going after them. It's like going up against an army. It's not going to be easy. You're going to be leaving very vulnerable with just a pistol, a hunting rifle, and a bow. That's it. That's all you got. So you really have that versus an entire army of maybe trained military or ex-military people who know what they're doing. So I just think, they could be, is most likely talking about the wolves. I don't think we're getting to the Seraphites yet. But, Then we hear an unknown voice. Where some unknown voice, we don't know who it is. It says, "I want what you want, but not at any cost." That's interesting. Because this is somebody who wants the same thing Ellie wants. And this kind of further tells you about my theory here. Someone, the remaining survivors of Jackson, may say, "Oh, they deserve to be killed, but there is a cost." What is that cost? I have no idea. I don't know. What is the cost? Because Joel says the same thing later in the trailer. There is a cost. So we don't know. We don't know what the cost is. We can speculate of all of that, but I didn't go into that. I just was really, once again, I was still just captivated by the trailer and just everything. So I don't know, mate. Like, this is furthering my theory that Jackson was attacked. That village or this place that was on fire, I believe that was Jackson. And because this unknown voice is probably a person from Jackson who suffered like Ellie suffered and was actually in Jackson when the wolves attacked. But this person doesn't want to there's some cost at all this. What's the cost? And that's what I want to know. What is the cost of Ellie going after this? What's the point of going all of this? There's a certain cost because Joel talks about it too. And then we hear Jesse, which was kind of Dina's ex-boyfriend. "I really hope you make it." And obviously Jesse was the person that was probably trying to get Ellie to come back. And Ellie was not. She was very stubborn about it. She didn't want to go back. And so he says, "I really hope you make it. I really hope you make it because what you're doing is pretty stupid. It's what you're going to do. What you're doing is pretty stupid. It's not not really going to get you anywhere." Once again, she just goes out. She goes do it, and that's when it happens. Then Ellie comes in there and says, "I have to finish it." Now, this is the type of thing where many people would say, "Oh, she started something." No, she's actually finishing something that someone else started. These people came into her camp, into where her pretty much her family was, and killed them. And killed a lot of people, maybe even her girlfriend. And she wants to finish them. She does not like them at all. She wants to kill them all. As she stated in the first trailer, the reveal trailer back in 2016, she's going to kill every single one of them. No survivors, no prisoners, just all dead. And that's when Joel says there's a cost. Now, that's interesting. Because Joel, we don't know much about Joel's history. Okay, we know that he did some pretty crazy and evil and meticulous stuff in his past, because after the Abandoned and Forsaken, where you're literally just you fall into this trap from the hunters in Pittsburgh, and when that happens, Ellie asks him, "How did you know about that trap? How do you know about that?" And he says, "Well, I've been on both sides. He's been a hunter. He's done that before. He's killed a lot of innocent people." And so there is a cost to going after something like this. Maybe Joel did something like this before. Maybe Joel has done something like that before. And maybe he's telling her by experience, "I know what it's like. There's a cost doing something like this." And I've always speculated this. There's something that's always speculated me this is that Joel could possibly be Ellie's father. And the reason that could be is you gotta remember this is there's a 20 span, 20 timeline, 20-year timeline in the beginning of the game. When Sarah died, then 20 years later. There had to be something going on. Okay? Or there could be something going on. That was just the theory that I've always had, even when I was playing the first game. That was just something I thought about sharing with you guys. But Joel obviously knows that. He knows that there's a cost to this, and because he's been living for about 25 years in this world where it's so dark and survival of the fittest, and it's just so brutal and dark. He knows what it's like to lose people like this, and then go after the people that are responsible for it. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe after Sarah died, he did some stupid other stuff. We don't know exactly what Joel went through. And I've always been curious, extremely curious on what he did in that 20-year timeline. and that 20-year jump from Sarah's death right into the quarantine, right into the quarantine zone when you get to, when you get introduced to tests and everything. Now, the next thing I want to talk about in the trailer was this. It was Ellie's face with blood on it and her facial expression. I thought that was very, very strange. It broke my heart looking at her like that. It broke my heart because it looked like she was doing something she didn't want to do. That she was killing somebody that she didn't want to kill. And usually that's the face that you have when you're killing someone who's turned into an infected. I don't necessarily know what that might be. I don't know who she may be killing. But it has to be someone that she really cares about. It had to be someone she really cared about. And that's just one thing, but it looks like she was it looks like she was killing somebody with a knife, with her switchblade. And she looked so like grief and like she really didn't want to do it, but she had to do it. And that's the type of face that you have when you're killing somebody who's infected. And that kind of reminds me of Sam in the first game. When he attacked her, and her face looked kind of the same. Kind of, not necessarily, but what if that was the case back then? You would have to kill him. Her face would probably be very, very similar to how her face was at the end of the trailer. So I think that's also another thing. She might be trying to kill somebody. She's probably killing somebody that she has to kill, that she doesn't want to, and it's breaking her heart that she has to. And maybe it could be Joel, it could be Dina, who knows. Now here's the interesting part. I say this point for last. The unknown voice. We could have killed you. And Alice said, maybe we should have, and then she hits him with this machete. And then that's when the trailer ends. That's when the Last is Part 2 logo comes up, and then it ends. Okay, that's what happens. What if this is Ellie's mom? Because we haven't really heard about Laura Bailey in a long time about this. No one's really talked about her in a long time. Last time I thought about talking about her was like in 2017, man. That's a long time ago. It was a long time ago before I've talked about Laura Bailey's character. Now, we don't really know that it's... we don't know if it's Anna. We don't know. So I'm just going to say Laura Bailey's character. What if this is? Let's go with the idea of actually... Let me scratch that. Let's go back to actually thinking this is her mom. What if after killing Emily, which was the leader of the Seraphites, and when the 2017 trailer happened in October, obviously, let's say Anna supposedly killed her. Let's say what happens if she becomes the leader of it. Maybe she becomes the leader of the Seraphites. Maybe she comes that way. Maybe. It's very possible. Maybe that's who she's killing. I don't know. I just think it's very, very funny that we haven't really heard or seen anything about Anna or Laura Bailey's character. Because I would really love to have to really know who this character is, because the other two characters in there we haven't had much on. We just don't know much about this game, man. We don't. We think that we've gained some more information, but we still have a bunch of questions to answer. And I know there was a tweet they put on Twitter. Naughty Dog gave a tweet out on Twitter and said that the closer we get to June, the more stuff they're going to put out. So maybe we'll get some more information on that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. It's not, like I said, I'll post a video on in the description. I'll post it on the description after I get done with the video or this live stream, and I can edit it. I'll put down a video down there, and you guys can check it out. It's a little bit more detailed than this. Once again, I don't have enough equipment to do what I wanted to do, or what other YouTubers would do. I don't have that type of stuff, but I do have this. And so I'm just trying to make do with what I have. Um, yeah. Sorry guys, I have not been. Ugh. Sorry guys, I have not been answering your comments. I've been, I had to shut them off for a minute so I can look up something. But when I get done with this, I'm gonna answer the questions. Anyways, but yeah, I really can't wait for The Last of Us Part 2. It's coming like on June 19th. It's very, very soon. Very, very soon. And I simply can't wait for the game to come out. Can't wait for the game to come out. I'm going to get it, and we're going to play it. Yes, we are. And hopefully hopefully I I do even think about that. It's terrible. Yeah, if somehow my network doesn't, because I've been having problems with my network every time I've been trying to make a live stream. It kind of gets out, then I go test it on. I did the connection test, and then it's fine. But still, I mean, I kind of worry about that. So either way, I'm gonna be playing it. Let's just say that I'm gonna be playing it, and if my live stream works, if my connection is good enough, and I will try over and over again. If it's good, then we'll play it together. But no promises. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's it. I mean that's kind of it. Once again, I didn't go over all of it. I just all over every single detail. I just went over the things that Okay. So let me read some of this stuff. Yeah, yeah, in Iran, yeah, that happens, man. That happens. Um, yes, we have a privilege being here in America. We can stand for what we believe in, and we won't get hanged and gutted, like a fish. All right, yeah. So definitely, man, definitely. Maybe he was referring to the post. I don't know. I don't know if he was necessarily talking about the post-apocalyptic nature of the world. Joel could be talking about that. That's what I also said too. But I thought it would be a little bit more personal. As the way that she said it, the ways that he was talking to her. Because in the way that it looked like she was talking to her in a way where it was like she was in her her murder suit is what I like to call it, which is in that her hair tied up like that, and in that blue plaid shirt and jeans. So yeah, I thought that's what I thought. He could be talking about that. Yeah, I told you it is weird. It is very, very weird. Um, I like that name, man. No emotion. How are you, man? He just says hello. Hey, man. Brain, what are you doing? But but yeah, this is all that I have for the episode. This is my these are my thoughts on the entire thing. My analysis at least. Um, and I really hope that we understand that. Once again, I've told you guys this before. If you guys do not want to be spoiled on this game, do not. Because when the closer we get to the trailer, not trailer, but the closer we get to the game, the more leaks are going to come out. The more people are going to try to ruin it for you. So really avoid these guys, all right? If you don't want to be it, then go ahead. But if you do not want to be, if you want to be spoiled, please be respectful enough for me and for those who do not want to be spoiled, and don't go out there and do that. Don't name it. Don't call each other names. Come on, man. That's just. I mean, it's really, really, really frustrating to see because I want you guys to stop doing this because it doesn't do anything. I'm the type of person that will do something if it benefits me or someone else. I'm never going to do something where it doesn't benefit someone or me. It's not going to help anyone. It's not going to build anyone up. And why do it? So, holy crap. My game. I haven't been touching my controller at all. And so it was literally telling me and alerting me that I was going to go in rest mode. I haven't touched the controller like in a while. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the. I hope you guys enjoyed the. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then like. If you enjoy the content here, just consider subscribing. And if you have anything you want to say, or sorry, since there is no comments. But if you guys do want to talk to me about anything, just go to my PlayStation. I'll put it down in the description down below when I see and edit the video. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, see you guys later.